Okay. So, sir, we proceed. So, shall we proceed, Principal Sir?
Manoj ji, good morning.
Good morning, Mahesh ji. Good morning, everyone.
Yes, you can start, sir. Please.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Please.
Okay, sir. And innovation is a taking two things that exist and putting them together in a new way. It means innovation can make life easier. Okay. So, very good morning, one and all who are present here. I, Sanjeev Kumar Harinkade, coordinator for this 5 days FDP, welcomes today's guest and speaker, Dr. Manoj Parmar sir, Managing Director, Eduknox Technologies, Nagpur, Professor Sanjeev Agrawal sir, CEO, SBJITMR, Nagpur, Dr. Sanjay Badjate sir, Principal, SBJITMR, Nagpur, Dr. Pankaj Thote, Dean Academics, Dr. Khushi Sindhi, Dean R&D, Professor Abdul Ghaffar, Head of the Department, First Year Department, and all my beloved faculty members. First Year Engineering Department Forum New, in association with Institute Innovation Council, that is IIC, is organizing one week faculty development program on innovation, entrepreneurship, and IPR, which is scheduled from 22nd August to 26th August 2022. During this FDP, there are total 10 speakers who are delivered their session on this innovation, IPR, patents, and entrepreneurship. The objectives of this FDP to provide a forum to exchange view ideas related to IPR, patents, entrepreneurship, and innovation. To improve and boost the faculty abilities in carrying out research, innovation, and to do innovation, and to share the knowledge in terms of protection of commercial interest of creators and inventors and serving the public interest. So this is the main motto or the objective of this faculty development program. Now, without wasting of time, it is an honor and have our first speaker, Dr. Manoj Parmar sir. Dr. Manoj Parmar sir is a managing professional with over 20-year experience in a sales strategy and management recruitment, people and performance management, and had a work with MNCs like Nestle, Bosch, Lom, BlackBerry in various strategic positions. Presently, Manoj sir is working his own venture, Eduknox Technology, since 2015 as a managing director and looking after the business development and leading all sales related strategy and broad management. In a very short span of 5 years, created the fastest growing and the largest team robotics education and automation products organization in Telangana, India, teaching more than 25,000 plus students through his 55 STEMs lab across the schools and engineering colleges in Telangana. Also, Eduknox is a supplier of automation technologies to many of governmental organizations. Sir, teaching youth has always been passion, so has been associated with MG and CRE to develop rural entrepreneurship. So this is a brief introduction of Dr. Manoj Parmar sir. Sir, so I request Dr. Parmar sir to proceed the session. Sir, Manoj sir, welcome.
Thank you, Sanjeev Kumar ji, and thank you everyone for giving me an opportunity to speak up today. Thank you, Principal sir, HOD sir, and all my colleagues as faculties to give us a chance to talk about it. And to all the students, I think as I read, it is more about the fresher students are more. I would like to tell you that it's a very great opportunity for all of you to learn about different things, and today's session I will try to speak both in English and in Hindi. मला मराठी पण येत पण छान मराठी येत नाही, so I cannot speak in Marathi. So that's a a limitation I'll have. So I'll be trying to do justice. And one thing which I really wish and want to do that too with the students is, if you have got any questions, don't stop yourself from asking, right? Let's make it an interactive session. I'll try to be Sanjeev ji. I would like to remain in the timelines. I would try to follow my timelines. So I'll not drag anything. If you feel that I'm dragging something, just message me so that I'll be
Definitely,
on the
sir.
topic. I'll
Definitely, sir.
start the. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you,
and
Sanjeev
most
ji.
of the faculties are joined this session, sir.
Oh, great, sir. So
Yeah.
I would like to start. Today's session. I'll start my PPT in a couple of minutes, but before that, I would like to start my session with some very basic fundamentals of entrepreneurship, and also about innovation, with some of my very small experience of entrepreneurship which I had. So many a times, particularly in Indian society, you all will agree with me that we say like this, that these people, Gujaratis, Marwadis, or maybe different other business communities, I'm not telling that they have they have got business in their blood or something of that sort. We keep on learning, and we talk about, when we talk about entrepreneurship, we generally talk about entrepreneurship with lot of we try to make it too complicated, right? It becomes like, you have to know this, you have to know that, and all those things. So I will try to keep the things as simple as possible. So I'll start with a small story, and we'll try to keep up in the mid of the session also. I'll try to keep up with some stories. So what happened is, I'll take my own example. Somewhere down the line in 2013, after working for almost 12 years in corporate, that too at a quite a, I mean, I cannot say at a senior position. You can say it's like a mid management position. I was last position of mine was with Research in Motion as a zonal business head, looking after South Southern India for BlackBerry mobiles, which is I hope everyone knows that closed now. At that period of time, after working for almost 12 years, I I was like confused what to do. Shall I start keep on doing job or this or that? What is the certainty of being in a job and all those things? So at that period of time, somewhere down the line, I had this thing that I have to start my something of my own. Maybe many of the students can relate it who wants to start something of their own. I had no idea what to do, how to do, and then at that period of time, somehow I had some known people into the businesses, and that time I asked that I have some ideas, like we people all say we have ideas. So I asked somebody who is into this business field from from generations, and I asked him, yeah, I need some practical guidance, that I want to start entrepreneurship. He said, Manoj, entrepreneurship is about only two things. And you, every one of you, all the students who are listening, please listen to this very carefully. He said, entrepreneurship is about only two things. One, is there a market? Second, do you have the capital? Rest all things can come up or may go. But if you feel that there is a market, and if you feel that you can invest that much of capital, then you are done. So if one or two out of these two things, if anything falls short, there could be this. See, we can talk about many other factors. I'll show you on the PT, but these are the two most important things. So if you want to start any entrepreneurship journey, you have to know about your market. We'll discuss about this in detail. Right now, before I start my PPT and we'll get into other things, there's one more thing which Sanjeev ji said, that is about like our entire this program will be focusing on innovation also, right? So many a times when we talk about innovation, a lot of us think that, I mean, how long we'll keep on bringing creativity, how long we'll bring new products, new technologies, or new something that and this. See, all my dear friends, innovation is not only about something new or finding out something new. Innovation is about even with the old things or the old ways, getting them in a new way. Say for an example, या तो आप एक नया प्रोडक्ट बनाइए, एक नई टेक्नोलॉजी बनाइए या नया कॉन्सेप्ट लाइए, and because it's a new, you get something out of it and you get some revenue out of it. Else, bring the old thing at a new competitive pricing or with some changes, right? So these are two things. Whenever you think, so you never ever think that, because how long you will keep on innovating. We are almost in India, we have got almost 5 to 6 crore entrepreneurs. We cannot bring in new things every time, right? So whenever you think that I don't have any new idea, then look at the old thing and try to bring something new into it. So this is a simple way of getting into innovation, right? So I'll just start my PPT. I hope I have got the rights. So let me check. Okay, so it is a very simple way, simple PPT. I don't see. I'm one of those people, right? Who believes in one thing. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes. Audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible. Please.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. So I believe in one thing. It might it might be taken in a wrong context, but please don't take it in the wrong context. A person who can will do it. A person who can will do it. A person who can't will teach, right? It is not on teachers, but in general in life. I mean, in normal sense also, those people who will give too much of advices will never be able to practically implement that. So I'll try to give you as simple as content as possible. So on your screen, you all will be seeing something written as big entrepreneurship. Now let us try to understand in this brief 20-25 minutes on entrepreneurship, what exactly is entrepreneurship, right? So this is like I'll go in a simple flow. So what by the end of this small session, you should all should be able to know what is the meaning of entrepreneurship, how to identify the risk involved in entrepreneurship, advantages, disadvantages, and some personal characteristics, right? So this is about why it is important, why entrepreneurship is important. That also we will try to cover it up, and what are the advantages and disadvantages. Let me take you a little forward. Now these are the key terms which all of us keep on hearing: entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, right? I'm going a little fast on this, Sanjeevji, because I want to tell some theory afterwards. I hope it's okay.
Sir. Yes.
Right?
No problem. Sir.
Yeah. I hope it is okay, because these terms everyone knows. So let me go in a flow so that we can set an agenda, right? So I'll go a little fast on this. Then we have a very beautiful theory. So we'll go that way.
No issues, sir.
So what is entrepreneurship? As all of you know, entrepreneurship is about, starting your own business, on taking your new venture, investing money, and, taking risk. Now, who are entrepreneurs? Those people who start their own business or take risk and, operate a business. So that is about entrepreneurs. They're linked. Now, what are the risk of entrepreneurship? See, the risk of entrepreneurship, all of us know. I mean, that the one of the risk is that there is no guarantee what will happen, right? That is one of the biggest thing. Many times you have got a very good idea, you think that there could be a market to it, you think that you have got enough capital for it, you think you have got good manpower for it, but still it doesn't work, right? So that a risk, right? There is a risk of losing your all personal resources. So that is a risk involved in it. Okay, advantages. Now, what are the advantages? All of us know. First thing which I personally feel, being an entrepreneur myself, is that you have got personal freedom. You have got personal satisfaction, increased income. I mean, don't think that increased income. I mean, it's not always guaranteed. It could be like, mix of it. Increased self-esteem. Yes, I feel when you do your own thing, There are more than anything else, you feel like it's mine. It's mine. It's like I'm doing something for the society, or I'm doing. I'll just take 30 seconds on telling about my own. Today, I'm paying people more than what I was getting as a journal business manager. So the feeling that getting from someone and paying to someone are two different things. You feel like I'm doing something because of you. I have 25 or 30 houses are able to manage their own homes. That gives you a satisfaction, right? कि हमारी वजह से कुछ लोगों का घर चल रहा है, या हम I mean of course हमारी उनकी वजह से हमारा business चल रहा है. It could be reverse. I mean, we shouldn't be always thinking that way, but somewhere down the line it gives you a personal satisfaction. It gives you happiness that yes, you're doing something for the society. So these are the advantages. When there are advantages, definitely there are some disadvantages also, right? So the disadvantages is there's a potential loss of income, long and irregular working hours. That is one of the things. When you would be doing your own entrepreneurship, you have to work till very late because it's your own. There are times where you have to hang out and do many things at one time only, right? So you cannot say that okay, this is accounts work, I'll not handle it. See, payment doesn't comes in BlackBerry. If payment was not coming, we used to send it to NPA account. We used to give it to the financial team, and we used to say, "अरे भैया वो पैसा नहीं दे रहा, आप देखो वो legal notice देगा." But here, if somebody doesn't pay, you have to be on your toes because it's your own money, right? Long irregular working hours, necessity for strong self-discipline. See, trust me, without self-discipline, which is a rare thing today, particularly in India, without strong discipline, forget about being an entrepreneur. You cannot do anything in your life. You have to be a very, very disciplined person to become an a faculty member. You have to be disciplined to become an assistant professor. You have to be, I mean, any job you do, it's a great job all people are doing. So you have to be self-disciplined. But being an entrepreneurship, you have to be more self-disciplined because it's everything of yours is at risk. Potential loss of status and invested money. When I say potential loss of status, what happens is at times if the business fails, there are a lot of things comes. I'm sure a lot of you will be knowing that अरे उनका business fail हो गया, उनको इनके भी पैसे देने, मामा के पैसे देने, चाचा के पैसे देने, उनके पैसे देने, संजीव जी के पैसे देने, right? So all those things will come. So that is like अरे वो तो हमारा पैसा. I mean, people don't want that somebody's money is lost, but it happens, right? Today, if you see Anil Ambani or Vijay Mallya, they never wanted to fail. They failed. But today, isn't it that they are being treated as if they have done something wrong? I mean, of course, they have done something wrong, but still, nobody wanted. So, there is a potential loss of status also, right? So, now, what is the importance? If you look at it from the point of not only Indian, American or world. I mean, we think generally when you take name of corporates, we think that the major employment is getting generated by large businesses groups, but that's a wrong notion. In India, large scale industry doesn't even have 2.5 to 3% of the total employment. I mean, they're not generating even 2.5 to 3% of total organized sector retail. Majority of the employment is generated by small scale entrepreneurs in India. You can MCMEs and all those, if you get some data from them, you'll know that almost 25 to 30% is getting created by mid scale, and then almost 45, 50, 60% is getting created by the small scale. So the large scale, we will be very excited about TCS, we will be excited about Infosys, and we will be excited about IBM and all. वो मिलजुल के भी 2-2.5% से ज़्यादा employment नहीं दे पाते in the organized sector, that too. Whereas the small scale gives huge employment. So people like future entrepreneurs in the students, you are going to create majority of the jobs, right? So now let me take you a little further. Okay, so I'm just for a small assessment. I hope all of you would be clear by now what is entrepreneurship, right? Why is starting new business such a risk? What are the 4 advantages and 3 disadvantages of being an entrepreneur? All those things you can, keep in your mind. I hope if you have got any doubts on this, we'll clear it up. What are the 3 characteristics of a successful entrepreneur? This I will tell you later. And what are the 3 small reasons are important for the economy? I'm sure all of you would have got a little brief idea about this, right? And after that, this is one question which I hope is a very, very critical question. And if any one of the students, after the continuous presentation which I'm going to do, after that you can think on this, and I really want some students to reply on this. Do you think money and material gain are the most important reasons for becoming an entrepreneur? Explain your answer. If your answer is no, what do you consider the most important reasons for becoming an entrepreneur? Right? If you can reply to this question with full confidence, trust me, half our job is done, right? So if somebody is replying for the sake of replying, then that's a different thing. But if you honestly get into this critical question, and if you want to reply it with full logic and with your full conviction, half of your job is done, right? So now let me take you through the theory which I really wanted to take up, and this is called as effectuation theory. I'm sure a lot of you would have some idea about effectuation. If not, we'll go through it, right? See, whenever we start any business, right? Whenever we start any business, we have to compare 2 things, right? There are risk and there are opportunities, right? There are risk and there are opportunities. Now, इसमें risk क्या है? Anybody can just try. If you want to say, you can say, what do you mean by this organizational risk? What do you mean by environmental risk? And what are the opportunities? Opportunities are idea, market, and development. Now let us take it one by one. Organizational, right? Risk is organizational. Organizational risk means it could be how good quality is the manpower, how good quality resources the people have, how much capital the organization has got, everything related with the organization. Say for an example, if I talk about myself, I have a very small organization named as Eduknox Technology. In fact, we have got, because of our CA said कि भैया 2 companies बनाओ, tax का लफड़ा हो रहा है, so we had to create one more firm. So we have now 2 firms. So we have got one Eduknox Technologies, one Eduknox Books. So when we talk about organization, जब हम organization की बात करते हैं तो organizations की capabilities, उसके पास में क्या resources हैं, are they good or not, capital base क्या है, marketing का strategies क्या है, all those things comes into organization. So organizational, आप सोचेंगे कि आपने organization को क्यों risk में रखा है? Why have you kept organizational as part of risk? Because the risk is there. If you don't have good capital, if you don't have enough capital, that's a risk. If you don't have got good manpower, it's a risk. If you don't have good product, it's a risk. I hope people are getting this, right? So risk and opportunity, this has to be balanced. Till the time these 2 things are balanced, you cannot start your entrepreneurship journey. So organizational risk, I'm sure everyone knows. Environmental risk, everyone knows. I'm sure nowadays students, particularly the millennial generation and the generation X, Y, whatever we call it, are very much knowing about the environment. It could be political. I'm sure everyone would be knowing about this, that political, legal, lot of things can come. Maybe, you started a business related with plastic and suddenly there is a ban on plastic. What will you do? You cannot do. In education sector also, I'll tell you, in Hyderabad, I'm based out of, Sanjeevji, we are not based out of Nagpur, we are based out of Hyderabad. So in Hyderabad, the government has restricted every school not to charge beyond certain limit, right? So they have made it mandatory that till nursery 18,000, till primary 24,000, and from 6th onwards 30,000. These are the structures of the fees that the government has decided. Nobody can take more than that, particularly if a state registered school. Now, isn't it an environmental factor? You had got better infrastructure, you have invested a huge money in the building, and suddenly somebody tells you this. So what will happen? So that is, those all are called as environmental factors. There are various more environmental factors into it. We'll discuss later. Now coming to opportunities, the biggest opportunity you have as an entrepreneur is idea. Trust me, this word is very small, 4-letter word, but it is a big thing. The first opportunity is idea, new concept, maybe old concept with a new thinking, or maybe based on various other parameters. आपने जैसा बनाया हो, आप जैसा सोच रहे हो, that's an idea. Market, right? Market is a big term actually. Whether market means, it could be the potential customers, it means new things, it could be the acceptability of your product, services, all those things. All these are opportunities. Development of new product, development of your idea, development of different kind of services. All these things comes under opportunities. So opportunities and risk both are there, right? Opportunities and risks, you have to balance them before starting your entrepreneurship journey. Now let us move a little ahead. Now when this theory is made, now what exactly this effectuation theory made is, this says that face challenge with common sense. Many a times people will tell you that बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ लिख के हम करेंगे, हम ऐसे करेंगे. आपकी बहुत बार आपका business acumen is based out of your common sense more than anything else. If you look at a person's face, trust me, if you're doing business for almost 7, 8, 10 years, by looking at the face you will be able to judge, right? So use your common sense more than other things. Focus on what is doable. Focus on what is doable. Now what does this means? It means that don't try to get into something which you cannot do. Very simple. Say for an example, I cannot open an IT company. I'm not an IT graduate, so I never opened it, right? जो आपको आता है, जो आप चीज कर सकते हो, उसी में फोकस करो. उसके अलावा फोकस मत करो. So if you are if you don't have, if you cannot do something, don't venture into it. Decision making framework. Now in decision making framework, just to give in a simple way, the decision making framework in any organization or any entrepreneurship journey has to be very clear and short, right? Many of you are new, so you might not be knowing about various management concepts, but just to give you one of the concept which could be very clear here is, I hope all of you know. If you don't know, please note this. There's something called as unity of command. Unity of command. Now what does this unity of command means? Unity of command means that for one decision, one person should be responsible, right? See, please understand one thing. This is for everyone. Authority and responsibility always go together. As and when your authority increases, your responsibility increases. You can transfer your authority. You can transfer your authority, but you can never transfer your responsibility. I hope this can be relatable. Students might not understand this a little, but I'm sure faculties can relate. Say for an example, for this event, the current event which is going on, Sanjeev ji is, he's a coordinator and doing it up. Now, the authority of this is with Sanjeev ji, but that will not take away the responsibility of the principal, sir. This event has to become successful is the responsibility of principal, sir, HOD, sir, and for that, authority has been transferred. So only authority can be transferred, right? So please remember this decision-making framework, that is, unity of command. Then comes mindset and practical approach. You have to be very practical whenever you're starting any business. You have to have a mindset. Like, let me tell you, for this mindset, I'll give you an example. Say for an example, you want to start a small business of clothing. Say for example, I as a person want I wanted to start something, I want to start a business which is into ready-made garments or something like that. मैंने सोच लिया, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा, मैं बोला करूंगा. आजकल बच्चे हैं, बट मुझे खुद ही सेंस नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. I mean, honestly, I'm telling you this. I have no sense of fashion. Now what will happen is whatever I'll bring it will never get sold. So say for example, if you have got a boy in your school, college, who's very hanky panky, or who knows what to dress, when to dress, how to dress, what is in the latest trend, he has got a mindset for that. If he opens that, it will run. Similarly for a girl, if she is too fashionable, she can open a boutique more than a person who doesn't know anything, right? Gym, I'm myself fat, I'm not fit, and I think I'll open a gym because I think I can make money out of it. No, you cannot. You have to have a mindset for it. If someone asks you how to do this pull up or how to do push up or what is this, what is chin up, and what small things, you'll not do it. So you have to have a mindset and a practical approach, right? Then comes last point of this, and then we'll go to the theory, is neither stereotyping nor processing any thumb rule. और ये मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ, ये इंडिया में ना, बहुत ऑनेस्टली आपको बता रहा हूँ, इंडिया में we people are very good at stereotyping. We are very good at telling, this is the thumb rule, this is the way things will happen. Because with my personal experience, I'm telling you, हमारे यहाँ पे जब I belong to Haryana, I'm settled in Hyderabad. My dad is a retired colonel. हमारे घर में ना दादा परदादा के जमाने से ऐसा था कि फौज में ही जाना है. So never ever in my thoughts anybody told me कि भैया तुम बिजनेस करोगे, कभी नहीं, किसी ने नहीं. When I told my parents कि भाई I have decided enough of 12 साल काम कर लिया, मैं अपना ही पैसा लगा के बिजनेस करूंगा, तो they were like, अरे रे बनिया नहीं बनना, बनिया का काम होता है, तुमसे नहीं होगा, तुम्हें लगता है तुम ठाकुर हो, तुमसे कभी होगा ही नहीं. I mean, I'm not caste specific, but just telling you. So that is the stereotyping we have. यहाँ पे तो यही होगा, नागपुर में तो चलेगा ही नहीं, नागपुर में ये चलेगा, यहाँ तो ये चलेगा ही नहीं. We are very good at stereotyping. When you go to rural areas, because we are associated with MGNCRE, me and Mahesh Chopre ji, I'm sure everybody would be knowing about it. So when we went to rural areas to do entrepreneurship journeys, people were so adamant, so they had that, यहाँ तो चावल ही उगाएंगे जी, यहाँ तो कुछ और उगेगा ही नहीं. You tell them that अरे यहाँ पे ये चीज उग जाएगी, you can earn millions. They will say no, हमारे यहाँ तो यही होता है. So never ever stereotype कि ऐसा हो गई, लड़कियां ये नहीं कर सकते, लड़के ये कर सकते, ये चीज ये नहीं कर सकता, ये चीज. Never ever do this. Never ever make any thumb rules कि ऐसा ही होगा. हमारे नागपुर में तो ये होता ही नहीं है. That is because to be very honest, to Mala Marathi yet, because my first job was in Nagpur after completing my management degree. So I came for a job. I was there in that period of time. I joined as a Nestle as a sales officer. I was taking care of Vidarbha. I was a management trainee. So I worked there, and in Nagpur I've seen this very often. People will tell like this, हमारे नागपुर में नहीं चलेगा. We launched Atta Maggie. They said Atta Maggie नागपुर में नहीं चलेगा. We launched Cafe Gold. It was one of the costliest coffee. They said, अरे सर बॉम्बे में चलेगा, पुणे में चलेगा, नागपुर में नहीं चलेगा. And trust me, we sold more than Pune for 2 months back to back. So that's a mindset. So never have any mindset. Never do stereotyping. We have to be reasonable. I'm not saying that we should not be realistic, but never ever stereotype. Now let us plunge into the theory. There are total 5 principles in infatuation, right? I'll take you a little fast on this. Now, this is something called as bird in hand. अगर इस हम जो 5 कॉन्सेप्ट हैं उनको हम एक कॉन्सेप्ट को will take 4 minutes on it. सबसे पहले, whenever you want to start your entrepreneurship journey, the first thing which you should do is bird in hand. हमारे हाथ में क्या है हमारे हाथ में? Self assessment. I want to open a gym. मुझे आता है कुछ, मेरे पास पैसे हैं क्या? अगर मैं नहीं है तो मैं कहाँ से सीखूंगा? राइट. सो फर्स्ट सेल्फ असेसमेंट करने के बाद में मैंने आइडेंटिफाई किया, अरे मुझ में ये कमी है. मैंने बिजनेस का एक्सपेक्टेशन लगाया 10 लाख चाहिए, बट मेरे पास तो 4 लाख है. तो फिर मैं बोला अरे चलो मामा से 6 लाख लेंगे. राइट. देन सो सेल्फ असेसमेंट करना है, अपने रिसोर्सेज को चेक करना है. वी हैव टू चेक व्हाट रिसोर्सेज वी हैव. हमारे पास अगर इफ आई वांट टू पुट अप अ शॉप, सो हाउ मच डू आई हैव अ शॉप, डू आई हैव अ लैंड, वेयर आई विल टेक दैट. All those part are existing resources. So first self assessment, existing resource क्या है, gaps को identify करना है, and then imagine the possibilities that originate from the means. Now this is a very simple statement but means a lot. यानी कि ऊपर ऊपर से नहीं करना है. What does it means? ऊपर ऊपर से नहीं करना. जनरली जैसे हम प्लान बनाते हैं ना, जब आप स्कूल में बिजनेस प्लान बनाएंगे, अभी फ्यूचर में आप बनाएंगे, तो आप देखिए ऊपर ऊपर से करेंगे, ऐसा होगा तो ऐसा हो जाएगा, यहाँ से कमा लेंगे. But that way it doesn't work. You have to start the possibilities from the very beginning. कहाँ से आएगा, कहाँ को जाएगा, everything you should know, right? And whenever you're making any entrepreneurship plan or any business plan, preset goals to opportunities, means do a contrast to it. समझो, इसको मैं समझाता हूँ. जैसे संजीव जी हैं मेरे साथ में, तो संजीव जी ने के साथ में I'll do two way. I'll tell संजीव जी, we will invest 5 lakh rupees, yes, right? We will make 20 lakh rupees of turnover. We'll get 25 to 30% of the margin. So in first year itself, we will get a return on 1 lakh rupees. Second year onwards, we'll get 6 lakh rupees. Sanjeev ji is very happy. I'm only happy. Do it this way. Sanjeev ji, 5 लाख रुपए लगाएंगे, हो सकता है 1 रुपए का भी बिजनेस नहीं हो. देखो ये 5 लाख रुपए तो आपके जाने वाले हैं. So now this way you have to look at कि हमारा opportunities है, तो उसका contrast क्या है, where we will land up. It's not that, you know, every time it will not grow. See, in lockdown we suffered like anything. We survived. We are lucky, but you have to have those calculations, right? So bird in hand. In this first principle, you have to understand what do you have in your hand. अभी आपके पास क्या है. शुरुआत करने से पहले पता तो करना पड़ेगा ना. So that is called as bird in hand. Let us move a little forward. Now, second concept is affordable loss. Right now, you can look at the slide, but let me make you understand this with a very small example. I'm sorry, I'll be taking a lot of examples with Sanjeev ji only, because यहाँ पे मुझे संजीव जी दिख रहे हैं, right? And I hope I can make the concept clear with this, right? So इसमें if any student is there, we can involve them also, but if no one, we'll see. So जैसे संजीव जी मुझे दिखे यहाँ पे, right? So मैंने संजीव जी के साथ संजीव, आप समझिए हमारा एक छोटा सा बिजनेस है. संजीव जी का रेस्टोरेंट का बिजनेस है, और मैं और हम और संजीव या अश्विनी जी मुझे दिखे एक बार. अश्विनी जी और संजीव जी बहुत अच्छे गहरे मित्र हैं, बहुत अच्छे फ्रेंड्स हैं. सो संजीव जी और अश्विनी जी एक दिन मार्केट में घूमते घूमते मिल गए आपस में. When they meet each other together, वहां पे अश्विनी जी ने ऐसे बात करते करते कहा, अरे यार मेरे भाई की बेटे की शादी है और हम एक रेस्टोरेंट वाले को ढूंढ रहे हैं, एक कैटरिंग वाला चाहिए, करीब 1000-1200 लोगों का खाने का अरेंजमेंट करना है. भैया तो गवर्नमेंट में बहुत सीनियर लेवल पे है, तो ही वांट्स गुड, वेरी गुड कैपेसिटी थाली, वी कैन. सो संजीव जी तो एकदम अंदर अंदर लड्डू फूटने लग गए कि भैया वाओ, 1000 रुपए 1000 लोगों का है, आई कोट हिम, अपने ही आदमी है. अश्विनी जी तो ऐसा डरे, सर कहाँ बाहर जा रहे हो, हमें देखो ना. तो both of them got agreed. अश्विनी जी ने, हाँ यार अपने आदमी हो तुम, तो तुमने बताया नहीं, कब शुरू किया, अच्छा बहुत अच्छा, एक बार भैया को लेके आऊंगा और ट्राई करेंगे आपके रेस्टोरेंट पे. देखेंगे. वो भैया को लेके गए, भैया ने अप्रूव कर दिया, एंड अश्विनी जी ने और उनका डन, दोनों का डील डन हो गया. फिर अश्विनी संजीव जी ने बोला, रहे अपने आदमी, इनसे तो पैसे वैसे लेके क्या करेंगे. अश्विनी जी ने, संजीव जी ने क्या किया कि ठीक है रेडी है. उन्होंने बस इतना समझदार थे संजीव जी, नॉर्मल नहीं थे, बहुत समझदार थे. हर तीसरे चौथे दिन, हाँ सर वो ठीक चल रहा है, हाँ हाँ पूरा प्रिपरेशन कर रहा हूँ, एंड हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक है, अब तो कार्ड भी छप गए शादी के, सब कुछ डन, एवरीथिंग इज डन. तो एक दिन खाना, जिस दिन नेक्स्ट दिन प्रोग्राम है, उससे एक दिन पहले भी संजीव जी ने कॉल किया, भाई मैं सामान वगैरह लेके आ रहा हूँ लोकल से, और अब मैं सामान खरीद लूंगा, और कल है सब है, बोले हाँ अश्विनी, हाँ हाँ सब सब है, सब है। अश्विनी संजीव जी ने लोग भी बुला लिए, बनाना भी शुरू कर दिया, सब कुछ कर दिया पहले दिन, और सारी चीजें लेके बैठे हैं। और सुबह सुबह उन्होंने अश्विनी जी को फिर कॉल किया, अश्विनी जी हम लोग अभी स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, वहां पहुंच रहे हैं, अब बस पहुंचेंगे, वहां आएंगे और आपका बिल्कुल पूरा कैटरिंग सर्विसेज स्टार्ट। जैसे ही संजीव जी ने ये कहा, अश्विनी जी बोले अरे कल रात को हमारे ताऊ जी का डेथ हो गया, शादी तो कैंसिल हो गई, अब कोई शादी नहीं है, और अब तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते। राइट? एम आई ऑडिबल संजीव जी?
ऑडिबल है
तो
सर।
या तो
Yes, sir.
ऐसी ये एक ऐसी अचानक से स्थिति आ गई। अब संजीव जी घबरा गए, अरे भैया मैंने तो इतने का सामान उठा लिया, अब ये लोग भी आ गए, अब भर खाना बने ना बने, इन रसोइयों को तो पैसा देना पड़ेगा। राइट? ऑल these things will come, businesses में ऐसा होगा। If you're planning to do entrepreneurship, there are many times which has happened. Right now it is happening. We source our equipment from Singapore company. It's not able to supply it. We have lot less resources, very less resources, but we are managing. ऐसा हो जाएगा, आप बैठे रह जाएंगे। So for this comes affordable loss. So if before starting this thing, if Sanjeev ji would have known कि मुझे क्या क्या करना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए था, लिमिट रिस्क बाय फोकसिंग ऑन डाउनसाइड रिस्क, यानी कि अपना रिस्क कम करने के लिए सबसे पहले छोटी छोटी चीजें इस बिजनेस में आप अपने हिसाब से बना सकते हैं प्लान, लेकिन किसी भी बिजनेस के उसको आपको स्टडी करना पड़ेगा। मैं एक बिजनेस का आपको नहीं बता सकता, बट एवरी बिजनेस है। सो यहाँ पे लिमिट ऐसा हो सकता था कि भाई जो भी सामान लेके आए उससे पहले बोल दो कि भैया देखो सामान लेके जा रहे हैं, अगर यूटिलाइज नहीं हुआ तो कल शाम तक या किसी वजह से हम आपको वापस कर देंगे। डन, फर्स्ट थिंग। सेकेंड थिंग इज कुड बी लाइक संजीव जी का खुद का रेस्टोरेंट है, उस दिन वहां पे अपने यहाँ पे बोले भैया हमारे यहाँ शादी कैंसिल हो गई, आज का खाना जो है फुल प्लेट मील्स एट अ वेरी रीजनेबल प्राइस, कॉस्ट टू कॉस्ट। या फिर एक एसोसिएशन बना के होटल्स एंड रेस्टोरेंट्स की कि भैया ऐसी सिचुएशन आपके साथ भी हो सकती है, हमारे साथ भी हो सकती है, चलो आपस में शेयर कर लेंगे, आज पनीर पनीर खिलाओ सबको, आज जो भी है। सो ऑल दोस थिंग्स। और मे बी वन ऑफ द वेज इज टेकिंग एडवांस, चाहे भैया अपने घर का आदमी हो, मतलब 50% एडवांस के बगैर अश्विन जी शुरू नहीं करेंगे। गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो दिस विल मेक योर entrepreneurship journey easy. Don't go on face value, reduce your risk. The more you will reduce your risk, the more chances of your survival. I hope everyone is getting this right. So the first thing is bird in hand. आपके हाथ में क्या है पहले उसको पूरा एनालाइज करिए, आपका नॉलेज, आपके पैसे, आपके रिसोर्सेज फर्स्ट। सेकेंड थिंग इज हाउ यू कैन मिनिमाइज, हाउ यू कैन मेक इट। एंड वन मोर थिंग, वेरी ऑनेस्टली आई एम टेलिंग, if you cannot afford the loss while calculating it, don't start the business. Otherwise आपको दिक्कतें आ जाएंगी। राइट? So this is about affordable loss. So you have to calculate the losses which can happen. हमेशा ऐसा नहीं होगा लाइफ में कि प्रॉफिट ही होगा, बट आपकी कैपेसिटी कितनी है वो आपको देखना पड़ेगा, वो आपको बनाना पड़ेगा। रिस्क टेकिंग कैपेसिटी, मैंने जैसे सोचा कि भाई 20 लाख रुपए तक चले जाएंगे तो ठीक है। When I started in 2015, I was like 20-25 lakh rupees तक लॉस भी हुआ तो इट्स ओके, नॉट मोर देन दैट। राइट? दैट इज वन थिंग। सेकेंड थिंग, एंड दिस इज फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, वेरी ऑनेस्टली आई एम टेलिंग यू, avoid initial stages, avoid large all or nothing opportunities. ऐसा नहीं कि ऐसी मतलब बहुत सारे लोग आएंगे आपको मिलेंगे, अरे यार एक प्रॉपर्टी की डील हो गई 50 लाख बच जाएंगे, राइट? और ये हो गया तो ये हो जाएगा। avoid those things. Large or nothing opportunities are like literally like gamble. In the starting of your careers, in the starting of your entrepreneurship journey, never ever start with this mindset कि जंप लगाया और मशीन में घुमाया, कहते हैं ना, आई डोंट नो व्हिच पॉलिटिशियन स्टेटमेंट इज दैट, दिन आलू डालो सोना निकलेगा। तो वो वाले चक्कर में मत पड़ना। let the returns come slowly. Right? Now let us go a little further. Third concept is Laminate. right? Now, what does this means? See, any entrepreneurship journey is full of surprises. There would be good surprises also, and don't take it always negative. Good surprises, positive surprises. But if you want to be successful entrepreneur, avoid surprises. That is the key for it. Now, what could be the surprises? Say, for an example, you know, uh, I have got a lot of suppliers, and I have got a lot of vendors also, right? So आपको मैं एक छोटा सा इसमें एग्जांपल दिखाता हूँ. जैसे कि समझिए आपने एक छोटा सा बिजनेस शुरू किया नागपुर में, राइट? प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. आपने वो बिजनेस को जब स्टार्ट किया तो आपने बोला कि एक काम करता हूँ, मैं ना रिसर्च करूंगा. मैंने बहुत रिसर्च की. मैंने रिसर्च करके फाइंड आउट किया कि ये जो बंदा है अहमदाबाद में, ये गुजराती अहमदाबाद का बंदा है. आई विल सोर्स ऑल माई स्टफ फ्रॉम हिम because this person gives me at a very reasonable price. He's a good supplier. He gives me credit also. और मैंने उससे लेके अपना बिजनेस शुरू कर दिया और आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. Everything is going fine. I'm enjoying my life. But one fine day मुझे एक समझो 1 करोड़ का ऑर्डर मिला. बड़ा ऑर्डर मिल गया अचानक से. And I approached this Ahmedabad guy and he said, sir, हमारी तो फैक्ट्री में आग लग गई और सर कम से कम अगले 3 महीने तक ना प्लीज उम्मीद मत करना कि कुछ भी आएगा. अब क्या करोगे? आप सामने वाले को ये बोल दोगे भैया हम तो नहीं दे सकते, वो कभी नहीं आएगा आपके पास दोबारा. नेवर एवर ही विल कम बैक. So what should we do in such a situation? संजीव जी बताइए क्या करें हम तो फंस गए. So for that you should plan. You should have a contingency plan. Never ever depend on few people. Like I'll tell you my example. I will always, even if संजीव जी मुझे महंगा दे रहे हैं ना और अश्विनी जी मुझे सस्ता दे रहे हैं और हेमंत जी तो मुझे बहुत ही सस्ता दे रहे हैं, I will keep संजीव जी also alive. संजीव जी को महीने में 50 का ऑर्डर देने का. सबसे सस्ता अश्विनी जी दे रहे हैं, उनको 1000 का ऑर्डर देने का. हेमंत जी भी थोड़ा और सस्ता महंगा दे रहे हैं या जो दे रहे हैं उनको देने का. मेक दिस कंटिजेंसी प्लान सो दैट टुमारो इफ यू कॉल सडनली संजीव जी 50 पीस ले रहे हो और अचानक से बोले संजीव जी देखो इस बार आपको करना पड़ेगा भैया, आपको 1000 का ऑर्डर देना पड़ेगा आपको. तो संजीव जी बोलेगा अरे हाँ यार अपने आदमी लेता तो है ही, दे देते. राइट? आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल. राइट? So this is all part of avoid surprises. बिजनेस के लिए ना सरप्राइज अच्छी नहीं है. आपकी लव लाइफ के लिए, आपकी पर्सनल लाइफ के लिए, आपकी वाइफ के लिए, सबके लिए सरप्राइजेस अच्छे हो सकते हैं. बट बिजनेस में अच्छा बुरा कैसा भी सरप्राइज अच्छा नहीं होता. राइट? So let's not and to be very honest, they are not surprises, they are shocks. You'll get shocks. Right?
Manoj sir, there is one question from my side. When we take this opportunity, whenever we start our entrepreneurship and start one business, most of the people are not paying much amount of rupees for that work also. And बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि वर्क हो जाता है अपना, उनके ऊपर पैसे रह जाते हैं लेकिन वो उनको रिफंड नहीं कर पाते हैं. एक एंटरप्रेनर करके ये सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत आ रही है. जो हमारे स्टार्टअप्स होते हैं, बच्चों के वगैरह कुछ स्टार्ट कर देते हैं, एक स्मॉल कॉस्ट में हम उनको दे भी देते हैं एज एंटरप्रेनर, एज अ स्टार्टअप करके. बट उनका वो जो बैक होना चाहिए, उनका पैसा जो आना चाहिए अपने को क्लाइंट की तरफ से, वो सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत जाती है अभी एज ए एंटरप्रेनर.
संजीव जी मैं आपका क्वेश्चन बहुत समझ गया. वी ऑल्सो फेस दिस सिचुएशन अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, वेरी ऑनेस्टली. बट यहाँ पे मतलब जितने भी लोग who all are present here, I like to tell you one thing. See, there are one concept. I think we can have one session on that concept itself one day, if possible for you. That is something called as people and processes, right? So generally what happens is when we start our businesses, we have got a mentality of people orientation. हम पीपल ओरिएंटेड हो जाते हैं। संजीव जी तो अपना आदमी है जी, अरे दे रहे हैं ना, चलो बिजनेस दे रहे हैं, ले लो। दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पीपल ओरिएंटेड। अश्विनी जी भी अपने आदमी है, हेमंत भी अपने आदमी है, ठीक है जी 5 दिन बाद दे देंगे जी, 10 दिन बाद दे देंगे। Never ever have this mentality. Have processes. I'm not saying that you don't go, don't give credit in the market. I'm not saying you don't give this thing or that thing. I mean, it depends on market. See, if you're in a white good, in white good, I don't know how many of you know this, in white good industry, there is a credit line which is almost 6 months. वो है, आप उसको कुछ नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन प्रोसेसेस हैज टू बी सेट। संजीव जी मेरे क्लोज आदमी है, बहुत जबरदस्त आदमी है, तो भी मैं उनके लिए वही प्रोसेस रखूं चाहे जो अश्विन जी के लिए। नाउ हाउ इट कुड बी डन, इट कुड बी लाइक यू कैन हैव अ पॉलिसी दैट ठीक है भाई, हम 15 दिन का आपको क्रेडिट देंगे, अब 15 दिन का हमें पीडीसी चेक दीजिए, या फिर आप हमें इस डेट तक अगर आपका नहीं आया तो ये हमारा इंटरेस्ट का पॉइंट्स है। एंड यस, whenever you're starting initial period of your entrepreneurship, when you're starting at the very starting, never ever go for credit. भले आपका बिजनेस लूज हो जाए, छोड़ दीजिए, बिकॉज अदरवाइज क्या होगा, आपका पैसे आपको पेपर पे दिखेंगे, उनसे 10 लाख लेने हैं, उनसे 12 लाख लेने हैं, उनसे 5 लाख लेने हैं, और आप बोलेंगे हाँ हाँ बिजनेस ठीक चल रहा है, 40 लाख 50 लाख हो गया, इतना हो गया, बट जब आप निकालेंगे कैलकुलेशन तो you will get a shocker of your life. So have processes. Now what processes you want, what is your business policy, that you only can decide. I cannot tell that, but it has to be as per the industry. First thing, हर इंडस्ट्री का अपना कॉन्सेप्ट होता है। हमारी मोबाइल इंडस्ट्री में उधारी थी 7 days की थी। नेस्ले में हमारी उधारी थी नहीं, हम पैसे लिए बगैर माल ही नहीं देते डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर। नेस्ले it was in India from 1912, 1912 से थी, और उसके बावजूद भी ऐसे कई डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स है, बिकॉज इन HLL नेस्ले नोबडी चेंजेस, पर्टिकुलरली इन स्मॉल टाउन। तो पूरे बाबा दादा परदादा ने लिखा था, बच्चा चला रहा है, तो वहां पे इतना पुराना, जहाँ पे 3-3 4-4 जनरेशन का भी रिलेशनशिप है, द कंपनी वाज वेरी क्लियर, आरटीजीएस अकाउंट में पैसा आ गया, हाँ आ गया, अब भेजो। इट्स ऑल माइंडसेट, इट्स ऑल माइंडसेट। हमें लगता है कि अरे उधारी के बगैर बिजनेस नहीं होगा, नहीं होता है। अगर किसी को आपके प्रोडक्ट की और सर्विसेज की जरूरत है, वो आपको पे करेगा। यू हैव टू हैव दैट माइंडसेट। प्रोसेसेस बनाइए अकॉर्डिंग टू द इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिकेशन। आई होप आई हैव रिप्लाइड टू योर क्वेश्चन, संजीव जी।
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is it. Now this is about Laminate. Avoid surprises. Businesses में surprises are not good. Now let me take you a little forward. This is, I mean, patchwork kill. This is the 4th concept. इसको भी मैं वापस से स्लाइड में नहीं समझाता हूँ, इसको ना मैं बहुत अच्छे सिंपल तरीके में समझाना चाहूंगा आपको। अब वापस से देखते हैं, यहाँ पे हमें संजीव जी दिख रहे हैं, हेमंत जी दिख रहे हैं, अश्विन जी दिख रहे हैं। I'm taking names of people who generally are triggering here. अगर आप यहाँ पे उपस्थित किसी भी बच्चे से, anyone who's present here, you ask them, tell me what is your business plan? What will they say? Their answer would be, sir, मैं ना सस्ते में लेके आऊंगा, जैसे अगर मुझे कपड़े की दुकान खोलनी, सस्ते में लेके आऊंगा, अच्छे लेके आऊंगा, और आजू बाजू वालों से सबसे सस्ता बेचूंगा, सारा हमारा ही माल बिकेगा। We Indians don't realize that we are the most competitive people. हम आपस में ही compete करते रहते हैं एक दूसरे से पूरी जिंदगी। If I'm wrong, you can correct me. We have this mentality. हमारा कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस इतनी ज्यादा है हमें, बचपन से ही लेके, मार्क्स में लेके, इसमें लेके, उसमें लेके, कि we forgot that beyond a point you cannot compete. So what shall we do? For that purpose, we have to learn collaborations. अरे भैया तुम क्यों सस्ता बेचोगे? एक काम करो ना, इस एरिया में जेरोक्स की 10 दुकानें हैं, सब लोग एक 50 पैसा, उसने 40 का नोट लगाया, उसने आगे पीछे 70 पैसे लगा दिया, एक ने 30 पैसे लगा दिया। I was in Pune. They were fighting like that. अरे 10 लोग मिलो, इकट्ठे हो जाओ, एक कोलैबोरेशन बनाओ, लगाओ जेरोक्स एसोसिएशन, 2 रुपए से कम में नहीं करेंगे, खत्म बात। Why can't we like that? हम नहीं बेचेंगे इससे कम में, हम ये चीज इससे कम नहीं करेंगे। Look at your margins, collaborate, help each other. ठीक है, अगर इस दुकान यहाँ पे अगर मैंने इसने रेडीमेड का शॉप खुला हुआ है, मैं भी रेडीमेड का नहीं खोलूंगा। मैं बोला देख भाई, रेडीमेड का नहीं खोलूंगा, मैं वुमेन्स वेयर खोल रहा हूँ। अगर मेरे पास कोई रेडीमेड का है, आई विल सेंड इट टू यू। अगर कोई वुमेन वेयर का है तो आप मेरे पास भेजो, राइट? कोलैबोरेट, इट रिड्यूसेस अनसर्टेनिटी। बिजनेस में तो वैसे ही इतनी अनसर्टेनिटी है। कोलैबोरेट विद पीपल। I'll give you one very good example of this from my personal experience. We have got kits of microcontrollers. I'm sure all of you are engineers, so you know what is microcontrollers. हम microcontrollers बनाते हैं, हम sensors बनाते हैं, हम उन पे पढ़ाते हैं। तो many times, people say we print our boards in Hyderabad only. We have ECIL here, so वहाँ पे कर लेते हैं। Many times people say कि अरे अब तो अपने पास पैसा भी है, अपने पास स्ट्रेंथ भी है, तो हम अपना खुद का ही प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं ना। व्हाई वी डिपेंड ऑन पीपल फ्रॉम सिंगापुर और समथिंग लाइक दैट? व्हाई डू वी डू दिस? व्हाई डू वी डू दिस? आई टेल देम सिंपली, अरे सब कुछ हम ही करने लग गए, सब कुछ हम ही करने लग गए, तो हमारा फोकस कहाँ होगा? सो इन दिस, वेयर इज माय फोकस? Either my focus is on selling, either my focus is on services, either my focus is to product development. अरे बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां भी आज आप देखो, किसी का उठा के आप एक बार आप ना कोलगेट का या फिर आप क्या बोलते हैं, एनी टूथ पेस्ट ब्रांड आप उठाइए, देखिए कौन बना रहे हैं। ब्रांडिंग कोई कर रहा है, नाम नीचे किसी और का लिखा होगा कि मेड एट स्टारलाइट, दिस थिंग मेड एट दिस प्लेस। आई मीन 10 things you look, open any branded item you buy and look at it, who actually manufactured it. 90% of the chances is कि मैन्युफैक्चरर कोई और है, सेलिंग वाला कोई और है। दोनों में किसी को हार्म नहीं है। अगर संजीव जी से मैं कुछ लेके आगे बेचता हूं, हमारे इंडिया में ये हमारे इंडिया में ये बहुत बड़ा एक्चुअली इश्यू है। ये मैं क्या करूंगा, मेरे को पता चला कि संजीव जी मुझे 10 रुपीज में देते हैं। I'll give you another 5-10 minutes, संजीव जी। I hope I'm not dragging too much. So मेरे को पता चला संजीव जी, मुझे पता चला संजीव जी मुझे 8 रुपीज में देते हैं, मैं उनसे 100 पीसेस लेता हूँ। और मुझे पता चला अरे संजीव जी तो हेमंत से लेते हैं। मैं हेमंत जी को कॉल करूंगा, हेलो हेमंत जी। हेमंत जी बोलते देखो मैं 100 पीस नहीं देता हूँ, 1000 पीस दे दूंगा, 6 रुपए में दे दूंगा। मैं बोलता अरे हेमंत जी दे दो। वहीं से मुझे पता चलता है अरे हेमंत जी तो खुद अश्विनी जी से लेते हैं, मैन्युफैक्चरर तो अश्विनी जी हैं। मैं अश्विनी जी को कॉल करता हूँ, अश्विनी जी बोलते हैं देखो भाई 10,000 पीस ले लो, 15,000 पीस ले लो, तो मैं आपको 5 रुपए में ही दे दूंगा। मैं वो ले लूंगा। मुझे ये भी नहीं पता कि मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट है कि नहीं उतनी, मेरे को रेगुलर सप्लाई कौन दे रहा है, हेमंत जी दे रहे हैं कि संजीव जी दे रहे हैं। मेरी कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो उसे कौन हैंडल कर रहा है, संजीव जी कर रहे हैं क्या अश्विनी जी कर रहे हैं? व्हाई आई एम क्रॉसिंग द लाइन? वी हैव दैट हैबिट, डोंट डू दिस। इनफैक्ट मेक वेरी गुड रिलेशन विद संजीव जी एंड टेल हिम कि भैया मुझे पता है कि आप मुझे 8 रुपए में दे रहे हो, मुझे हेमंत जी शायद 6 रुपए में देते हैं, आप मुझे 7.5 रुपए में दे दो, लेकिन मुझे अच्छी सर्विस दे दो, कभी भी मांगो मुझे दे दो, थोड़ा पेमेंट में 15 दिन का टाइम दे दो। संजीव जी भी बोलेंगे अरे हाँ यार ये बंदा तो अपनी सोच रहा है, राइट? पैच वर्क करिए, मिलके करिए। हम अगर आप ये डिसाइड करिए कि आप सर्विस, सी बैकवर्ड एंड फॉरवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन आर वेरी गुड, पढ़ने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है, हम भी पढ़ते हैं, और एक्सेसिव बैकवर्ड और फॉरवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन आप तब तक ना करिए जब तक आप स्मॉल प्लेयर है। You become size of Adani, do it whatever you wish and want to do. But at the starting stage of your life, think about only one thing कि मैं यहाँ यही करना चाहता हूँ। दूसरे के मार्जिन्स में एंट्री ना करें, दूसरे को भी कमाने दीजिए। मैं संजीव जी को भी कमाने दूंगा, हेमंत जी को भी कमाने दूंगा, खुद भी कमाऊंगा, अश्विनी जी को भी कमाने दूंगा। If I have this mentality, your success would be more. Your uncertainty will reduce. I hope all of you are getting this point. Now let me take you a little, and the last point, this is called as pilot in plane. Now this is actually a very very good word, pilot in plane. तो इसको भी संजीव जी के एग्जांपल से ही बताया जाएगा, ठीक है? पायलट इन प्लेन इज कि अगर आप प्लेन में हैं तो आपको प्लेन का पायलट बनना पड़ेगा। आपको पता होना चाहिए इतने बजे फ्लाइट उड़ानी है, इतनी ऊंचाई पे लेके जानी है, इतने टाइम पे लैंड होगी। आप प्रिडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते, ये 6 बजे उड़ेगी, नहीं 7 बजे उड़ेगी, पता नहीं कब उड़ेगी, अरे जी कितना आएगा, कहाँ से आएगा, अरे वहां से आएगा, यहाँ से आएगा, नहीं संजीव जी से ले लेंगे, नहीं हेमंत जी से भी ले सकते हैं, नहीं अश्विन जी से ही ले लेंगे। यू कैन नॉट बी लाइक दिस, यू हैव टू नो संजीव जी से लेंगे, इस प्राइस पे लेंगे, इस दिन लेंगे, इस टर्म्स पे लेंगे, ये हमारा कंडीशन है। हेमंत जी को बेचेंगे, ऐसे बेचेंगे, इस प्राइस पे बेचेंगे, ये हमारे टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस है। एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू बी इन कंट्रोल, आपके प्लेन में रहना चाहिए। लेकिन इसी के साथ दूसरी एक और चीज आती है, क्या आप हर चीज कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं? आप प्लेन में पायलट उड़ा रहे हैं, प्लेन उड़ रहा है मस्त, पीछे से पैसेंजर लड़ने लग गए आपस में, आप प्लेन का कॉकपिट छोड़ के पीछे जाओगे, क्या अरे रुको भाई, लड़ो मत, प्लेन क्रैश हो जाएगा। तो यू फोकस ऑन फ्लाइंग, you cannot focus on passengers. For focusing on passengers, you should have somebody. I hope you're getting this point. आपको फोकस करना है आपके प्लेन को उड़ाने में। इन योर बिजनेस इज योर प्लेन, इट हैज टू फ्लो। उसकी जो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, जैसे मैं अपनी बात करूं, आई फोकस ओनली ऑन कस्टमर रिलेशनशिप्स एंड बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट। आई डोंट पुट माय नोज इन टेक्निकल थिंग्स, वी हैव अ टीम फॉर दैट। अगर मैं वहां जाके भी टीम करने लगूंगा तो मेरा ये हिल जाएगा, राइट? सो डोंट ट्राई टू कंट्रोल। कोई भी दुनिया का ऐसा इंसान नहीं जो सब चीजें कंट्रोल कर सके। अगर वो कहता है तो गलत है, चाहे वो कोई भी हो। नोबडी कैन कंट्रोल एवरीथिंग, एवरीबडी हैज गॉट स्ट्रेंथ। सो कंट्रोल में रखिए अपने बिजनेस को। यू कैन नॉट कंट्रोल एवरीथिंग, सो जो चीज नहीं कंट्रोल हो सकती उसको छोड़ दीजिए, फोकस करिए जो चीज आप कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, राइट? Now there's one very beautiful statement: future is neither found nor predicted but rather made. Future जो है, यहाँ बैठ के हम ऐसा होगा वैसा होगा, न तो उसको ढूंढा जा सकता है, नहीं आप उसको प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हो, तो होते होते ही होगा। We never thought कि we will start a business. We never thought कि there would be a time that we will survive. We never thought lockdown will come. We never thought schools will get closed. People used to say, "Arey, education is a business which can never suffer," but people suffered, right? So you cannot, right? Only thing is when you are in control, when you are in control, the inevitable trends would be very low. लेकिन जब आप अपने कंट्रोल में नहीं होंगे, आपको सारी चीजें पता नहीं होंगी, तो अचानक से आपको शॉक्स लगेंगे, फिर सरप्राइजेस आएंगे। जब बोला ना थर्ड पॉइंट, अवॉइड सरप्राइजेस। इफ यू आर नॉट इन कंट्रोल, सरप्राइजेस विल कम। यू हैव टू, अब कंट्रोल आपको कैसे करना है? You can have a mechanism. Say for example, I'll give we have a concept of controlling. I think best learning for this could be from your college. In your college, you can see how the entire system of reporting is maintained. संजीव जी आना चाहते हैं, संजीव जी आज अगर छुट्टी ले रहे हैं, तो everyone in the institution would be knowing because there is a system. Am I right, संजीव जी? Right? There is a system, right? तो आज वो कंट्रोल है, क्योंकि एचओडी को पता होना चाहिए, आपके प्रिंसिपल को पता होना चाहिए, सो दैट ही कैन allocate और he can substitute somebody, right? अगर एचओडी या प्रिंसिपल को पता ही नहीं है कि आज संजीव जी ने छुट्टी ले ली है, उन्होंने इन्फॉर्म नहीं किया, इनका कोई सिस्टम नहीं है, सडनली अरे वो नहीं आए, किसको दूं, who will come? that will become, so you will have system that आपको छुट्टी लेनी है, एक हफ्ते पहले बताइए, इमरजेंसी भी है तो एक दिन पहले बताइए। Why we keep all those things? To avoid surprises. Okay, now let me take one more thing and then we'll these are the questions which everyone should ask before you start your entrepreneurship journey. What are my goals? मैं क्या करना चाहता हूँ? And these are serious questions. Do I have a right strategy? Can I execute my strategy? What business I want to be in? What capabilities have to be developed, right? So all these things are part of the questions which every entrepreneur should ask before plunging into the entrepreneurship journey. So these are the questions. Based on these questions, we have just formulated one strategy. You can see here, if you can see, this is called as, are my goals well defined? That is first thing. अगर आप आपको लगता है कि मेरे जो गोल्स हैं वो वेल डिफाइन है, पर्सनल एस्पिरेशंस, मेरी पर्सनल एस्पिरेशन सेटिस्फाइड है, आई वांट टू डू दिस बिजनेस ओनली, आई हैव बिजनेस सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंड साइज, मैं ये बिजनेस को इस ढंग से करूंगा, उसका मेरे पास क्लियरेंस है, टॉलरेंस ऑफ रिस्क, मैं इतना रिस्क ले सकता हूँ, all those are part of your goals. So if you say that my goals are right, then go to the next strategy. Are you getting it? If your goals are defined, means you know your personal, personal aspirations, you know business sustainability, you know tolerance of risk, ये सारी चीजों का आप एक एनालाइज कीजिए. अगर आपको लगता है आप कर सकते हैं, आपका सब चीजों का आंसर यस है, मेरी पर्सनल एस्पिरेशन यस, बिजनेस सस्टेनेबिलिटी है यस, मैं रिस्क ले सकता हूं यस, ओके, नाउ डन, मेरे गोल आर सेट. नाउ आई विल गो टू सेकंड क्वेश्चन, डू आई हैव राइट स्ट्रेटेजी, क्या मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी सही है? क्लियर डेफिनेशन, मेरे क्लियर डेफिनेशन, क्या करूंगा, कैसे करूंगा, कहां से लूंगा, किसको दूंगा, क्या होगा, प्रोसेस, सब एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर, डन, ओके. प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी एंड पोटेंशियल फॉर ग्रोथ, what is my profitability, what is the chances of growth, all are clear, right? Durability, how long this business will survive, okay, I feel good. Rate of growth, what rate of growth it can grow, what is my calculations for it, right? आपको लगता है इन सबका आंसर यस यस यस, आई हैव अ राइट स्ट्रेटेजी, ओके ग्रेट, यू हैव अ राइट स्ट्रेटेजी. मूव टू नेक्स्ट, कैन आई एग्जीक्यूट माय स्ट्रेटेजी, डू आई हैव द रिसोर्सेज, डू आई हैव द रिसोर्सेज, राइट? डू आई हैव एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, व्हाट इज माय एज अ रोल एज अ फाउंडर. अगर ये सारी चीजें हैं कि मेरे पास रिसोर्सेज हैं, पैसे हैं, टीम है, ट्रेनिंग है ना, नॉलेज है, ऑल दिस थिंग्स कम्स अंडर रिसोर्सेज. ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, लोग हैं, ये बंदा ये काम करेगा, ये बंदा ये काम करेगा, यहाँ से ये होगा, दैट इज ऑल पार्ट ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. मेरा खुद का रोल विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, अगर वो क्लियर है, दैट इज फाउंडर्स रोल, वो क्लियर है. इफ दिस आंसर इज ऑल्सो यस, देन स्टार्ट योर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जर्नी. अगर इनमें से किसी भी एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर नो है, वापस से सेकंड पीछे रिवर्स ले लीजिए और वापस से पूछिए. जैसे कैन आई एग्जीक्यूट माय स्ट्रेटेजी, इन दैट आई फाउंड दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है मेरे पास, वापस से दूसरा पहले वाला क्वेश्चन पूछिए, डू आई हैव द राइट स्ट्रेटेजी, बिकॉज अगर आपके राइट स्ट्रेटेजी है, गो फॉर एग्जीक्यूशन. इफ यू डोंट हैव राइट स्ट्रेटेजी, देन व्हाट शैल यू डू, अगेन कम बैक, आर माय गोल्स वेल डिफाइंड. ये ऐसे साइकिल चलती रहेगी. जब ये साइकिल में सारे क्वेश्चंस के आपको आंसर्स यस में मिले, then and then only move towards your entrepreneurship journey. ये छोटे छोटे चीजें हैं जो as an these are for freshers, just to give you, if you want to start your entrepreneurship journey, you have to have good communication skills, knowledge, you should get trained, all small things, these are part of personality which you should have. Second thing is like technology, you should have innovation, better solutions, building models, eco-friendly, all those things which are coming up. And then about entrepreneurship, small local entrepreneurship, case studies, you study as many as case studies, go and take part of exhibitions, take help as mentoring, you can take help of your any of your faculties who must be guiding. Mentorship is very important when you're starting your entrepreneurship journey as a fresher, right? And go through as many as case studies you can, right? So with this, I would like to thank everyone. And now, though I've crossed my time limit by more than 10 minutes, still, if the time permits, we can have a small Q&A session, if Sanjeev ji permits.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Sanjeev ji,
It's a
can I
night
start with
session.
you now?
Yes, yes. It does not mean ki if you take 10 minutes more, sir. It's really good thoughts from your side as an entrepreneur. Yes, faculty member, is there any question related to entrepreneurship? Any question from audience side?
You can ask any practical question, anything. See, one thing I'll tell you that whatever I'm telling you is with my own personal experiences. This is not theoretical because I am not a theoretical person. I've never been into teaching field, but somehow I was contacted by MGNCRE to take sessions for rural entrepreneurship. So I'm now in touch with that. Otherwise, after doing my management degree and after having so much of experience, I was always either into corporate or I was into my own entrepreneurship journey. So I'm not as experienced in teaching So मुझे माफ कीजिएगा अगर मैंने कुछ गलत कहा हो तो, because I don't have neither I've got very good teaching skills nor very good presentation skills. Like I'm not very good at like Mahesh ji is here, उनके जैसी presentations and all that. You being teachers, you are expert in it. I hope I've got some company. I've tried to bring in the concepts simple in a very very simple way, so that and as such I'm very much available to all the students and to the faculties if you have got any, because I really wish and want to support people in real time entrepreneurship. In Hyderabad, I have supported more than 100 people to make their own entrepreneurship. In emergency area, I was taking care of Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh also, I've helped more than 20 students. In Delhi also, I was part of DIS entrepreneurship committee. So there also we have helped few students. छोटे business, like it could be a dairy business, it could be a moringa farming, it could be small this what you call RO water plants. We try to support people in that way. So if you have need help, any guidance, we are more than happy.
Definitely, sir. Yes, any question from audience side?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good-
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Please.
afternoon, sir. Sir, I just wanted to ask one question. So you have put some light on the capital management. But sir, is there any schemes of the government and government can we take the support of the government for initiating the new type of startups and all that? What is your opinion on this particular?
Sir, current government is actually doing a lot for developing entrepreneurship, sir. See, Mahesh ji has told me that our institution is based out of little rural area. So for rural areas, sir, I can tell you there are many things on which we can have a session actually someday. One of them is called as you must be knowing about FPO, right? Farmer producers organization, for which there are two types of funding which comes. One funding, I mean, of course, that has to be first created and visualized by the people. And one way of funding for them is through NABARD, wherein you get funding of up to 15 lakh rupees at a subsidized rate, and then we get also funding for that from SFAC, right? The SFAC is equitable funding, means अगर आप लोगों ने 50 लोगों ने मिलके हजार रुपए इकट्ठे किया और 5 लाख रुपए इकट्ठे किए तो SFAC will give you 5 lakh more that you don't have to return, but it's an equitable. Maximum SFAC funding is 10 lakh rupees. So these are two ways of funding in the farming, if you're getting towards farmer entrepreneurship. Second way of thing is ODOP. I'm sure you would have had some sessions on ODOP. That is one district, one product, which government is promoting, particularly the Ministry of Food Processing Industries is promoting it in a very, very heavy way. There also, the students have to submit their project report and they can get funding up to 15 lakh rupees at a very, very subsidized rate. So आपको अपनी डिस्ट्रिक्ट का प्रोडक्ट चेक करना पड़ेगा कि नागपुर में कौन सा प्रोडक्ट है, because one district only one product they are saying. So somewhere it could be cotton, somewhere it could be groundnut, somewhere it could be this. So you have to come out with a business plan with this, and then we can help you with getting in contact with the resource person of MPFI. So there are various resource person, they will guide you and they will help the students with their business plans. But of course, the business plan has to be made by the students.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else who would like to ask any questions? Because the time is going by, and I think there are a lot of other things would be happening in the session. So if you have got any questions, you can ask now, or else generally we say that.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sir, this
Good morning.
is,
Tell me.
Yes. Sir, here we have started IIC cell, and we have passed the NISP policy that is being mentioned by government, and we have developed that policy for final year students, alumni, and for other stakeholders like faculty members can also utilize that. But the problem is that how to start with, how can we start this startup policy, practical problems that students are going to face. So can you give some idea for that?
Ma'am, see, the first thing which we can ensure, I mean, I think what you're trying to, let me get back this way that, I mean, I'm clear or not. First, let me say. So what I think you're trying to say to me is that, you're taking a lot of initiatives, but on practicality, they're not being, they're
Yeah.
not coming up practically. Am I right, ma'am? Is
So
this the what you want
for
to
the
ask?
first time, we have actually NISP policy is on paper right now, and
Yes, ma'am.
coming year we will be floating to for students, for final year students, and we have given a provision to final year students that they can submit their startup as a project. So students are coming to us and asking what practical problems they'll be having when they go for startup instead of project. So you being entrepreneur, if you can guide in that manner, then that will be helpful for us to guide the students.
Yes, ma'am. I got your point now. Ma'am, see, for this, any project which the students are making for entrepreneurship, see, tell them that they have to they have to consider this as very, very practical, right?
Okay.
And tell them, there are various sites, of course, from the government side also and in the private sector also, where, they can submit their project report, right? So that if someone finds it interesting, they can fund it more than anybody else. So what will happen here is whenever they are submitting any project report, tell them that it should not for the sake of project. It shouldn't be taken as कि कॉलेज में एक रिपोर्ट सबमिट करनी है, मे बी सब मार्क्स हैं उसके लिए और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो क्योंकि खुशी मैम ने मांग लिया है तो देना ही पड़ेगा. It has to be very, very practical and a real time report. If
Okay.
they can submit it, I assure you that, there are many people, I mean, apart from the government also, there are many people who are ready to invest. People like us also can invest if it is work to be done, for sure. It has to be real time, they have to, हवा में बात नहीं होना चाहिए ना, because क्या होता है हमारे केस में सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये हो जाता है कि majority of the things remain in the हवा. I hope you are getting what I'm trying.
Yes, I understood.
So it has to be very practical. It has to be like, I can do it. I want to do it. Only these are the constraints. And one thing which I will also like to tell here to all the faculty members and to the students also. Never ever from the very beginning, talk about funding. जो बंदा अपने पैसे पे रिस्क नहीं लगा सकता ना, चाहे वो आप फैकल्टी हो, चाहे वो स्टूडेंट हो, वो उस बिजनेस को लेके कभी सीरियस नहीं होगा. Till the time you are fearful of losing your own money, आप तो सिन्नी है मैम, आई एम सॉरी फॉर टेकिंग दैट वे, आप समझ सकते हैं इस चीज को.
Yes,
सबसे
yes.
जो बंदा अगर अपने पैसे बिकॉज क्या होता है ना, एज सुन एज यू विल गेट द वर्ड फंडिंग ना, यू विल बी लाइक अरे ठीक है ना, दूसरे का पैसा देंगे, आधा तो आपका वही डाउन हो जाता है. So you have to be like, you come out with it, okay, I'm okay with the business plan where you earn 1,000 rupees a day. हमने एक बंदे को, we was asking for funding. So we had it, and this was a project with Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. वो बोला मेरे को ऐसा चाहिए, वैसा चाहिए. हमने बोला यार आप ऐसे बड़े बड़े प्लान्स में जा रहे हो, फंड यू, मतलब पहले आप ये तो कमा कर दिखाओ कि आप दिन का 1,000 रुपए कमा सकते हो. यहाँ तो इलिटरेट लोग भी दिन का 1,000 रुपए कमा रहे हैं, सब करके दिखाओ. So what this person did is he sold library books, I mean books on the road. He said okay, दिन में कितना बिकता है, 5,000 रुपए का बुक लेके आओ, रोज 5,000 रुपए का बुक लेके आओ, sell it at 25-30% rupees margin, because it has got a huge margin. If you can sell it, if you can convince somebody to buy a book, you can do it. 20 दिन 25 दिन लगातार person earned 1,000 rupees, right? छोटे छोटे चीजें, इनोवेशन अपनी जगह है, लेकिन सबसे पहले तो बंदे के अंदर बिजनेस एक्यूमेन आना चाहिए ना. Telling somebody about the product is not easy. Let me tell you, it looks very easy, but it's very difficult. we Indians can make good business plans on paper, but when it comes approaching Khushi ma'am कि मैम हमारा product ले लो, out of 10, 9 will fall, only 1 will approach you. That is what. So we have to tell them, come out with a business plan, think about how we can make money. और कहीं नहीं जा सकते हो तो आप एक काम करो कि भैया आप हमारे कॉलेज में एक फेस्ट करते हैं. I'll tell you this happens in DIS, Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies, which comes under Indraprasth University, Delhi. दिल्ली के अंदर आता है. दिल्ली में 2-3 यूनिवर्सिटी करती है, ऐसे लक्ष्मीबाई कॉलेज भी करता है. मेक इट एन IT फेस्ट कि आप अपना जो भी प्रोडक्ट है, आपका जो अपना जो भी चीज इनोवेशन का कर रहे हो, हम आपको कॉलेज में ही एक प्लेटफॉर्म देंगे, एक स्पेस देंगे. ये 2 दिन आप आपस में ही बेचो या बाहर के लोग आते हैं तो उनको बेचो. पेपर में मत रखो, बनाओ. क्या कर सकते हो, लेट्स डू इट. आई गिव यू इसमें भी आपको मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. छत्तीसगढ़ में एक नारायणपुर करके एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, वहाँ पे एक गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज है. वहाँ के गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज के जो प्रिंसिपल सर हैं, ही इज अ जेम ऑफ ए पर्सन, सम त्रिपाठी हिज नेम इज, आई हैव गॉट द नंबर आल्सो. What he did is he contacted 2 of the universities, one in Bangalore University and one in this. He said like महुआ के जो फूल आते हैं उससे we will make a product. और वो जो प्रोडक्ट होता है, बहुत लोग महुआ को सिर्फ दारू से एसोसिएट करते हैं, देसी दारू से, बट महुआ के प्रोडक्ट से बहुत सारी चीजें बन सकती हैं. एंड व्हाट ही डिड इज ही कॉन्टेक्टेड देम एंड बोले भाई हमारे पास पैसे नहीं है, स्पेस नहीं ले सकते, तो यूनिवर्सिटीज गेव देम द स्पेस कि ठीक है आप हमारे यहाँ पे बेचो, चलो जी आ गए ना, आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हो, आप में झील है, let's do it. And they are doing successfully. Students are not earning too much, but 700, 800 for a tribal person is more than enough. रोज के बच्चे वो करते हैं 700, 800, 1000 रुपए इस रेंज में. the people are earning in the tribal area because of that SIR's initiative. उनका एम तो 300 पे था. What he wanted was that students should be able to earn. I mean that is a school actually, school students. He wanted that the school students should earn because parents नहीं तो उनको कहीं और लगा देंगे. 300 रुपए 400 रुपए वो का उनका एम था, बट स्टूडेंट्स आर अर्निंग मोर देन 700. तो आप ऐसे एक फेस्ट करके देखिए. अगर उसके लिए आपको कुछ गाइडेंस चाहिए तो महेश जी हैं हमारे, आपके साथ ही हैं, तो उनकी हेल्प लीजिए, हमारी हेल्प लीजिए. प्लान.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I think most of the doubts are clear from Manoj sir. Now I invite Dr. Manjushri Mune ma'am to propose a vote of thanks for this session.
Good afternoon, everyone. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. On behalf of IICL and First Engineering Department, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed Dr. Manoj Parmar sir. Since thanks to the principal sir, heads of the department who handled the event throughout. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us today and helping us make this event successful. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you Manjushri ma'am, thank you Sanjeev ji, thank you Ashwini ji, and thank you to the entire management of SBJAM for giving us an opportunity to speak up. We tried to be more rational, very simple. I hope you would have got something out of it, and we'll like to have more such sessions whenever possible for you. Thank you
Sir. It's a start.
Thank you Mahesh ji.
Mahesh sir is there.
Sir, actually on behalf of SBJIT, I'm really thankful to you for accepting our invitation and last hour coordinating with Sanjeev sir and delivering the lecture that the way we want. Thank you so much, Manoj sir.
Thank you Mahesh ji. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. With your permission, I would want to take leave now, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yes, sir, you have privilege to leave this session.
All the faculties, the next session will be start on 2 p.m. sharp. Okay, the next guest is also one of the interesting speaker based on the entrepreneurship and the innovation, Dr. Parekh. He is a innovation ambassador also. So we will meet on 2 p.m. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.